The obstruction of justice claim against Donald Trump, the key basis for any ultimate impeachment, has collapsed or is in the very final stages of collapsing. The charge is based on two predicate actions. The first is that Trump told Comey, "I hope you can see your way to letting this matter go." And he told him that in February of 2017, a few weeks after he took office, and he was referring to the investigation of Michael Flynn. And Comey said that meant obstruction of justice, telling the FBI not to investigate the guy. But it has now come out that a confidential memo written 1 week after Trump took office and before this conversation with Comey took place indicates that Trump believed and the White House staff believed that the investigation of Flynn was over at that point. There was no investigation to obstruct, and therefore there could not have been obstruction of justice. Apparently, the investigation occurred, or the incident occurred, when Flynn spoke with the Russian ambassador, and then before he took office, and then was asked about that conversation by the FBI. And the case against Flynn was based on the allegation that he lied to the FBI. But the FBI agents who conducted the interview said he did not lie. And more importantly, the counsel to the president, McGahn, was under the impression and told the president that Flynn was in the clear, that he had been found to have told the truth. Now, whether he told the truth or not is irrelevant. The point is that during the conversation that Trump had with Comey, Trump believed that the investigation was over and that Flynn was not going to be charged. So there could not have been obstruction of justice. The second pillar of the obstruction charge relates to why Trump fired Comey. And the charge is that he fired him to stop the investigation of his collaboration with Russia. But that is now falling apart after the Inspector General's report, which has been leaked, or parts have been leaked, to ABC News. ABC reports that the Inspector General found that Comey had been insubordinate in the FBI, had rejected the recommendations and the orders of his superiors, and had ignored department policy in making that statement a week before the election about Hillary's emails on the newly discovered computer, that the policy was not to make public statements that close to an election. Now, that insubordination, that ignoring of the orders of his superiors, is plenty of grounds for dismissing Comey, and it is perfectly reasonable that Trump acted to dismiss him in light of that information and in light of that situation. And apparently one of the people who cited Comey for insubordination was Rod Rosenstein, who ultimately took over this investigation and indeed appointed Mueller. So if those two instances of obstruction of justice are gone, there is no basis for this investigation. Now, while this is happening, Rudy Giuliani, Trump's new lawyer, has been making the point that the actions predicate before this investigation started also are falling apart. That the dossier, which was part of the reason for the investigation, was a Hillary campaign document and totally inaccurate and paid for by the Clinton campaign, and that the conversation of Trump aide Papadopoulos, or his junior aide Papadopoulos, with the Australian, former Australian foreign minister, Downer, was initiated by Downer and may have been pursuant to an FBI trap that was laid for Papadopoulos to set up such a meeting. So the very basis of the investigation really is from the fruits of a poisonous tree. And the evidence is that there cannot have been any obstruction of justice by Trump, because there was nothing to obstruct in the Flynn investigation, and in the firing of Comey, he had been found to be insubordinate in a crucial and important matter, the handling of Hillary's emails. So I think this investigation just should go away right now. Today's Lunch Alert is sponsored by the Patriot Gold Group. Throughout recent history, it has taken about 25 barrels of oil to buy an ounce of gold. But lately it has shrunk to 20 barrels of oil to buy an ounce of gold. And most likely that's going to cause a big spike in gold prices. In 2016, when the ratio fell to 19 barrels, the price of gold went up $200. And now many people are predicting it will go up by another 200 over the coming year. That's why Forbes magazine said that if there's any pullback in gold prices, that's the perfect opportunity to jump in and buy gold. I've done it, and I urge you to get in touch with the Patriot Gold Group at the number on the screen, or go to their website, patriotgoldgroup.com. Thanks for watching.